starts again.
Oh yeah.
It starts again.
Is that another component, I guess?
Projects.
Activity network.
It's normally 5:30.
No, it's not. That's a core.
Talk and read.
We're ready to roll.
Yep.
So I'll chair the meeting until you have elected a chairperson. So welcome to the Resource Recovery Ordinary Meeting of Council on Thursday, 27 November. And we have all members present, so no apologies. So in opening the meeting, I respectfully acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this meeting is taking place today, the Noongar people of Western Australia, and we pay our respects to their elders past and present. So no apologies. Any disclosures of interest?
Nope.
No.
No. We have no public questions taken on notice. We move to public question time. Do we have any questions? No questions. Thanks, Matthew. And then we move to election of the chairperson and the deputy chairperson. So we'll commence first of all with the chairperson. I have received two nominations. One from Councillor Karen Wheatland and one from Councillor Andrew Sullivan. So we will need to undertake a vote unless one of those people withdrew their nomination. Councillor Sullivan has also noted that in the event that he's not successful as chairperson, he will be nominated for deputy. So we'll conduct a ballot by secret vote. We apply the same rules as are applied in a normal election, local government election. So that means we'll have a vote and you'll indicate preferences. In the event that the vote is tied, in this case where there's two candidates for the one position, we will move to a drawing of lots, which is then the name of these spheres, and drawn out of the bag. So, okay. So can we distribute?
Can we speak first?
Yeah. Well, we can
Sorry.
actually do that. That's
Thank
a good
you.
idea. So in terms of then a couple of minutes,
Yeah.
to put forward your case as to why you'd be the most suitable person for the chair position. So we'll start with the past chair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So apart from this red face, I'm not glowing with rage or with embarrassment. But I took on the role of chair when former chair Doug Thompson retired, and consequently, a month after that, the CEO resigned. So I've navigated RRG from that moment in time. I've renegotiated a contract for the acting CEO, and we've navigated the very difficult pathway of transitioning and working out what we were going to do with the collective, with Canning. It's been a massive learning curve. I've spent many hours on this, especially in the first 6 months, would you say, Brendan? Yeah, or longer. And, you know, it was a very important moment when we signed that settlement deed just before the election caretaker period. So in the next coming months, it's still critical timing for RRG and the wind-up side of it. We've got regroup starting at Canning on the 1st of December, which is Monday. Is that correct? Yep. And, you know, like with my knowledge and my background of even prior to when Doug was chair and Tim was here, when East Fremantle first pulled out, withdrew, I think it's important to have someone at the helm that knows the history and knows what's going on. And I would hope that I'll get your support for chair. I think I've been a good chair. I've I've listened and I've pushed back where I've needed to when it's been difficult. With Graham can attest to this, to the member councils, both Fremantle and Melbourne, for the best interests of RRG. So yeah, I think that I'm well placed to lead it through to the end. So yeah, ask for your support.
Thank you, Councillor Whitman.
Thank you.
Councillor Sullivan.
Thank you. Yeah, and I acknowledge the efforts and the work that Councillor Wetland has put in difficult circumstances. I appreciate that. I know Councillor Thompson quite well. I know that he was here for a very considerable period of time. Him and I have a fairly similar journey in local government, albeit he was on local government for 37 years and I've only done 22 years, but it has coincided with virtually the beginning of modern waste management practices right back in the early 90s. And so I've been part of that journey all the way through. And that's, you know, we're obviously now at another very important transitional stage. The City of Fremantle obviously has not only lost the benefit of having Councillor Thompson as part of our council, but also Hannah Fitzharding and Jenny Archibald, who were the previous two members on this council. And it's important for the City of Fremantle to really dive in at the deep end again and truly understand the processes that are happening in terms of the wind up and in terms of the changeover, but also where we go to from here. So I'm putting my hand up because I believe in the notion of rotating these positions. I believe in the notion that different member councils should have representation on the different bodies. It shouldn't always just be a rollover. Having said that, noting Councillor Thompson probably had a different perspective. Looking from the board behind you. But I, with 22 years experience in local government, I certainly know how to chair a meeting. The chairperson's role is very much about the council and the like, and notwithstanding that the chairs get involved in day-to-day conversations, particularly at a time of change, it's the CEO and his staff that really have to do the lion's share of the work, and the chair's role is not an assistant to the CEO in a sense. So the chair is there to do the council, and I'm certainly more than qualified to do that. So, but thank you, Karen, for both being able to have a conversation about this. And
we haven't had a conversation yet, actually.
Yes.
So not prior to this.
Okay. So I've received 2 written nominations, and I need to leave the floor open for any other nominations, and we can close. So if there are any other nominations, I need to announce a time. So 5:10 p.m. We're at 5:08. Does that give sufficient time?
At 5:10?
It's 5:08. I've got
30 seconds will be.
30 seconds. 5:09. Then when it goes to 5:09, that should be sufficient time for anyone to indicate there. Any other person to indicate for chairperson? We have now clocked 5:09. So yeah, Anne, could you please? So secret ballot. Preferences, nominate your preferences 1, 2 in this case, and we'll count the votes, and if the votes are equal, we then move to.
What are we doing 1, 2? Is it not optional preferential, is it?
It's a preferential voting.
Is it? So we don't have to do a ballot then?
It would be optional preferential if it's not. Yeah. It feels a bit.
Oh, I'm probably not allowed to touch that.
Thank you.
It's not a bin.
Could have had a conversation about it.
I apologise for that.
Yeah. It's okay, I understand. Yeah. But it would have been good to have had a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With council this week, I really only nominated late last night.
Mm.
So I declare that Councillor Karen Weekland has been elected to the position of chairperson.
Thank you. Made me sweat then.
These are secret ballots. They will be destroyed in accordance with the requirements of the Act. So
Now do we go to the next
now
step?
you may assume your position.
Okay.
We probably need to swear everybody in. As well.
We elect the deputy chair
Karen first
Oh.
before we do deputy chair.
We can do that. Yeah.
Well, I think your role is to do the deputy chair.
I'll do the election.
Do the
I'll do the
swearing in,
election.
and then
Yeah, that's
So now we move to the election of the deputy chair, and we have two nominations for this, being Councillor Andrew Sullivan and Councillor Daniel Lynn. So you wish to speak to those nominations? We'll start with,
I won't reiterate everything.
or you can have a discussion amongst yourselves.
but I'll simply say that given that there are only two member councils now, it would be, in my view, appropriate if the deputy chair came from the city of Fremantle. But that's up to the group.
So I think I'll just add a few things as well. So, like for myself, I think there's not much time left in the RRG. So there's only maybe about 6 months left in, if you exclude December. And I think having that continuity is important. Like you said in your chairperson speech, that the chair is sort of running the day-to-day and in close relationship with the CEO. And if anything was to sort of happen to the chair, touch wood, it's always good to have that the continuity as well, because I believe in representing City of Melbourne as the majority shareholder of RRG, over 70%. I think it's wise to have that finger on the pulse the whole time in the City of Melbourne. I'm also a chartered accountant as well by background. So I used to be a former external auditor for Deloitte. So I would know also the ins and outs of especially the winding down period as well, which is why I put my hand up at Melbourne to be the representative for RRG. As previously, I think it was in good hands, like you mentioned, by all the previous councillors you mentioned. But yeah, I think for me as well, it's sort of a time to be sort of like getting mentored by Councillor Wheatland, because Councillor Wheatland has will be in all of the EMISs and all the council meetings and stuff. So if there's any point where I don't quite understand the background of what has happened in the pretty hectic past year, she can sort of fill me in on any background information so that I can make good decisions going forward.
Thank you. So I will leave nominations open until 5:15 p.m. If there's any further nominations.
I think you can close them because I'm not
You're not-
nominating.
You're not nominating?
No. So
We can then,
That's
no
the
more
only one.
nominations, we can close and we'll proceed to a vote. Same methodology as we applied for the chairperson. Okay.
Thank you very much. Good go.
I'm too reliant on technology.
Tough.
Thank you.
Okay.
So it's going to be a pretty routine meeting tonight.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
So declare the result of the vote is that Councillor Andrew Sullivan is been elected Deputy Chairperson of the RAG. So those are in. So we now move to the declaration of office and Chairperson.
Oh, God. Sweet.
Read that.
Oh. I, Karen Wheatland of Cardinia, have been elected to the office of Chairperson of Resource Recovery Group. Declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly, and with integrity fulfil the duties of office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by Resource Recovery Group under Section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995.
All right.
So if you
could just place your name there.
You
Yourself.
declare that. Oh,
By yourself. Yeah.
did I sign it?
Signature.
There you go.
Thank you.
On the chair,
This is so
I also
easy.
need to do the councils because they
Yeah. Okay. So Deputy Chairperson. Thank you.
I, Andrew Sullivan of Fremantle, having been elected to the office of Deputy Chairperson of Resource Recovery Group, declare that I take the office on myself and will duly, faithfully and honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the Resource Recovery Group under Section 5.104 of the Local Government Act.
Yes, if you could put your name at the top and address.
Apologies, everyone.
Do you want to call chair?
Down below there.
Yes.
And then we will have the councillor declarations as well. Thank you.
Okay.
Lynn.
Sure.
No worries. So
Thanks, Gail.
sign out.
and you may read it out.
Oh, there it is. So I, Daniel Lim, do I need to put up my address as well?
Just so at this point,
Oh.
I'll put your address when you sign it. Yep.
Yeah, of Brentwood, have been elected to the office of Councillor of Resource Recovery Group. Declare that I will take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly, and with integrity fulfill the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Code of Conduct adopted by the Resource Recovery Group under Section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995.
Good.
Right, I, Frank Moughlin of Hilton, having been elected to the office of Councillor of Resource Recovery Group, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the code of conduct adopted by the Resource Recovery Group under section 5.104 of the Local Government Act 1995.
Thank you. Now we've completed that item of business, so hand back to the chair.
Thanks, Martin. Okay. Right, we'll just get back to the page. Well, congratulations everyone on A, being elected to RRG, and B, being elected as Deputy Chair, and I thank you for your support as Chair. Look, it's a really historic time for us as a council and as a organisation, because we're in the middle of transitioning to a new collective. The member councils are, and we are actually in the phase of winding up. It's quite ironic that on Monday we've got regroup going into our site at Canning Vale, and we've got the staff finishing up, I think, by the end of the year. So whilst it's great to be a new council, it's quite also sad as well to see the amazing work that this organisation has done come to an end. So anyway, so does everyone know everyone around the table? Do you want to do some introductions? Brief introductions, Frank? Andrew first, actually.
Yes, well, I'll probably introduce myself, obviously. Yeah, look, I mean, it has been an amazing journey, and going back to the days when I was on council in the 90s, where newspapers were put out the front with a brick on top of them, and we would hand out Hessian bags for people to start recycling in, to the amazing work that has got us to where we are today. And it's been an incredible journey for me personally, involved in that just from the City of Fremantle point of view. The ups and downs, the great bin saga at Fremantle, when we went to fortnightly collections, and we think we had about 300 people come to a council meeting, just about to evict the council. So it's always been a challenging process, and I think we ought to be proud in the RRG and the member councils of being at the cutting edge for all of that period of time, and particularly want to thank the staff, current and present, current and past, many of whom I knew personally. The red-headed bloke that sort of came here in the early days from the City of Fremantle, Stuart McCall, and all the way through. So it's an interesting time to be on the RRG, and thank you everyone for allowing us to be here.
Great. I guess I'll go next. So my name is Daniel Lim. I haven't been in council for quite as long as 22 years or 36. In fact, it's only been 2. And I used to be on it's quite interesting to be in, be part of RRG now. So I recall, making the decision in council to, wind up the whole process. And it's even more interesting that I was actually on the other side of the whole Southwest Metro side, because I was actually working with the City of Canning back in the days. So hearing that side of the story and hearing this side of the story is sort of, I get a bit of a complete picture. So I won't say too much, but just glad to be part of this group. Thanks.
Thanks, Daniel.
Thanks, Karen. Councillor Frank Moughlin from City of Freo. I've been an elected member for the last 6 or so years. Both the City of Fremantle members of this council are no longer on council, and I spent some time with them at the back end of their terms on City of Freo Council to have a greater understanding of where the was and the work that we were doing in the event that neither of them got re-elected, and funnily enough, that was the case. So I took on my obligation to come and fulfil that, and I know, particularly from a Freo perspective, Graham's been doing a great job and certainly keeping us abreast of this journey over the last couple of years. So I look forward to contributing in the way we can.
Thank you. Thanks. And look, before I go any further too, I want to acknowledge the hard work of Anne Thompson, who's been going through this since Chris left, but also to Brendan. Brendan's been here for how long, Brendan? Over 20 years? 25 years. And, Brendan's seen it come from the start and been part of that machinery to achieve those really outstanding outcomes of recovery rates of FOGO, the development of FOGO and recycling. So thank you to you both. Thank you. All right, moving right along. We are going to, there's no petitions, deputations or presentations. Confirmation of minutes of previous meetings. It's moving in a seconder, is that me?
It is okay for someone to approve them who wasn't at the previous meeting.
Move Frank, seconded Andrew. All those in favour? Against? That's carried. Thank you. That was a bit awkward. Any actions arising from those minutes? No. All right. So we've got confidential matters for which the meeting may be closed tonight. Transitional planning, the progress report, 15.1, 15.2, 15.3. Member Council withdrawal, City of Canning, and acting CEO role. So if we want to discuss any of those items, we will go to behind closed doors. Business not dealt with from the previous meeting, there are none. Okay, so we'll go straight into the reports of the CEO to committee member appointments. We have item 11.1 on page 9. We've got the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee, the CEO Performance Review Committee, the MWAC position, Municipal Waste Advisory Council, and there's a new one. And I've just found out about this from Rebecca Brown, the Metropolitan Regional Council Working Group. So at MWAC, we've been having discussions previously about the relevance of waste regional councils and the need to get together and discuss to look at different options for models in the future. And so Martin is appointed to that working group. I think there's even going to be changes for MWAC as well in the next 6 months. Anyway, so I call for, has there been nominations for any of those committees?
How many positions?
Traditionally,
It's a committee of the whole.
Yeah.
So I'll open it up. Who wants? We can have a discussion.
Except for MWAC.
Yeah, except MWAC. So we'll do the first two. Like Frank and Daniel, did you want to be presiding member of either one of those committees, or Andrew? Sorry.
No preference.
No preference either.
No preference.
Okay. All right. So Frank, do you want to be CEO Performance Review Committee presiding member?
Sure.
I don't know. Like, do you guys want to decide? I don't want to have to decide.
No,
what would you prefer? Frank?
No, I don't have to preside over any.
Okay.
I don't mind. Like, if others want to take it on, that's fine.
All right. So
Sorry, I read that as they were the presiding member of the council.
no.
But it's not.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's
it's
all right.
okay.
I wouldn't mind giving the CEO performance one.
Okay.
To preside over that.
Yep.
That's okay.
Any other nominations? No.
So Frank, do you want to be deputy then? Good on those.
Yeah.
Stop you
Sure,
there.
go on. Thanks.
Stop you there.
Any voice to the contrary? I declare that carried. Is that all right? And the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee.
You could tell me on that because you're good at that too. But I'm happy to chair that one,
Yeah, Daniel, do you want to deputy it?
Sure.
unless you want to chair it.
Nah, I think chairing one is enough.
All right. Happy to chair that.
Okay. Yeah, happy with that? Yeah, and then you and I automatically become members of both committees.
Yes.
So now we've got the Municipal Waste Advisory Council. So as a state councillor, I'm on that automatically. I've nominated for that. So not automatically, I've nominated for that. So I'll call from the floor for nominations for that group, Municipal Waste Advisory Council.
So Sue, you're saying you're already on that separately?
I'm hoping to get on that 3-state council, yeah.
All right. Well, as deputy chair, then I'd be logically I should do the number 1 spot there with the voting rights. And in the event that you're not on there, I'm happy to step aside and
Okay. Daniel, do you want to be deputy?
Do you want to be deputy, Frank?
Go for it.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay. Okay, so we've got all those positions filled, and do we need to do anything else to ratify them? All those in favour?
No one moved it.
Oh, I'll
Move it.
move it.
seconded.
Seconded Andrew,
with the names as
Yes.
with the names
Discussed.
as discussed. So, and Deputy Andrew O'Sullivan, Audit Risk, Daniel Deputy, Daniel Presiding Member of CEO Performance, Frank Deputy, were you Deputy on that one?
Yeah.
And then Andrew and Daniel for MWAC and Martin on the other one. Any voice to the contrary? No, I declare that carried. Thank you. Page 14, council meeting dates. Look, can we change the meeting time to 5:30, please? Has anyone got any issue with that, just to allow for travel from work?
Yeah.
oh,
Not a problem.
Yeah. 5:30, thank you. Any discussion around the meeting dates, gentlemen? Gentlemen, it's all ladies last time.
we've got the one at this point.
Okay. So could I have a mover and seconder? Moved Andrew O'Sullivan, seconded Frank Mofflin. Any voice to the contrary? I declare that carried. Right, so we've got corporate policy review. We've got a recommendation to approve an amendment to the retention incentive payment policy to provide a pro rata retention bonus for employees with less than 6 months service at the time of redundancy. Did you want to talk about that, please?
Yes, it's a very minor amendment. The retention incentive payment is 13 weeks, which was to encourage people to stay with us through this whole turbulent time. When we proposed this, we had 4 staff who'd been with us for not quite the 6 months they needed to qualify for that payment, but have stayed through a pretty hectic time and seen it through to the end. So we're just proposing that we give them a pro rata amount of that payment. So I think it's 4 or 5 weeks for each of those people instead of the full 13 weeks.
Okay, do we want to have a discussion around that, or are we happy to just go forward with that? Any officer comment on that outside of that? No? Councillors?
Yeah, we just needed these people through this period, and they have stuck with us, so that's good.
We have a few leave. Councillors, make any comment? Do you want to discuss it? Happy to go to the motion, Daniel?
No, happy to go to the motion.
Yeah. Okay, mover and a seconder. Moved Andrew, seconded Daniel. Any voice to the contrary? I declare that carried. Okay, so page 17 now, I think, is it? Yep. Proposed disposal of assets. You see them, I'm not going to read out all the recommendations. You read the recommendation there. Do we want to have CEO?
So these were required to be put in place to enable the disposal of assets to the City of Canning and then to Redot Cycle, Canning Vale as they'll be known. We did advertise in accordance with the requirements of the Local Government Act. There were no comments received by the end of the comment period or subsequent after the comment period. So this is the transaction that backs up the surrender of lease deed, which was signed to the City of Canning, and then a as yet unsigned disposal to recycle. So that agreement has been sorted out and has to be done by tomorrow. So this affects the ability for Recycle to continue the services to the members, as has been agreed through the waste supply agreements signed by the individual councils. Without this, those waste supply agreements can't go ahead.
Okay. Any questions on this?
I don't have an issue at all with the recommendation. It's more about the communication of it, particularly because the second part of it to a member of the public can look a little bit sort of unusual in the sense that, you've got assets which have a book value of this, but they're passed over for nil consideration. We all understand why that's the case, but does it pass the pub test for someone that comes along later? So I'm just wondering if you've got a communication strategy for that.
I guess the advert and the detail in the advert provides that opportunity to advise people this is what we're doing, and if you have comments to come back to us and or questions, and we received none. In terms of the communications around this whole deal is something that once we've got the deals all signed off, that needs to be a communication strategy involving all the councils, including the RRG, to say, this deal has been effected in order for us to continue the services, or for Recycle to continue the services that have been provided by us in the past and will now be taken over by them. So, there will be those communications. And that's what the Waste Management Collective Group have been discussing that proposal too.
I was thinking more along the lines, through you, Chair,
It's okay.
of the, I guess, the nil consideration of the assets, and trying to be able to explain to a member of the public that, well, the alternative is spending that amount of money on decommissioning and removing and the like. So that's why we've come to that sort of conclusion. So it may be something that happens down the track. It's just abundance of concern having done something like this before, where members of the public start to say out loud and continuously that we gave assets away for free. Why did we do that? What's going on, etc. So just urging a strong communication strategy for that without changing the recommendation.
And we have no communications team anyway.
Yeah.
And
But us too.
but yeah, I'll take your point.
Yeah.
Maybe because we've been in it.
Yeah, we're very close to
Yeah,
it. So.
we've got a member of the public here today.
So I'd like to say I've got a little bit of, I've got a little bit of background knowledge. I'm not a complete ignorant.
Oh, no, you know.
So I can relate to it. So
Yeah.
I'm not completely ignorant.
I know that. I didn't say that.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so can we maybe look at that then?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
Okay, any other comments before we go to the move and seconder? No? Graham, did you want to say no?
No.
Okay, so can I have a mover and a seconder? Moved Andrew, seconded Daniel. Any voice to the contrary? No. Declare that carried. Look, so now we've got 11.5, 11.6, 11.7. Do we want to go through these individually? The financial reports, cash investment portfolio, schedule of payments. I asked the elected members if you've got any questions that you want to pull out about that. We'll do them individually. No?
Happy to move them on board.
Okay, yeah. Happy to move. So moved to Andrew, seconded Frank. I guess before we go to the vote, is there anything, do you want to make any comment about it?
Well, the financial performance over the period has been strong.
Yeah.
It's
been actually.
and we've managed to limit expenditure as well, but the revenues have remained strong.
Yeah.
From the customer base. But yeah, there's been through the not taking out the insurance is a $2.4 million saving and higher risk. So we did put we have strategies in place around managing that risk, and the revenues have remained solid, so the results are good, and the cash portfolio, as a result of that, has remained at levels that are very healthy.
Okay, so we've got a mover and a seconder. Is there any voice to the contrary? No? I declare those carried. Thank you. Okay, so there's no motions of which previous notice has been given. There's no business of urgent nature.
Was there a discussion on the cash investment portfolio? Is that bundled in with
That was
the?
bundled.
Yeah, did you have questions?
Oh, if that's
It's
not
been
too
moved
late,
and seconded now and carried, but
or maybe just a question, if that's
yeah,
okay.
I'm happy to take that, yeah.
I
did ask if you wanted to.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was all the monthly. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, just asking, like, because are we planning to lock in or to continue doing term deposits because we can't?
Oh, so we work on the cash flow.
Yeah.
So there are some significant outflows.
Yes.
So whereas term deposits are coming up, we're now going into cash. Because we have payment to make to the City of Canning as a result of the surrender deed, and then we'll have the termination payments for the staff, which kicks in on Sunday. So they'll be made shortly. And then there will be an inflow from the sale of this building, but an outflow will be payment of the West Australian Treasury Corporation to pay out the balance of the loan. The cash is being kept liquid in order for us to make those payments.
Okay, so we're not getting any term deposit going forward?
Not at this stage. Not at this stage.
That's good.
So we still have term deposits, but
Yes.
as we need to build the cash balance to make these payments over the next couple of weeks, we've gone short.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just try and make sure that we.
And it's still interest bearing, but not at the term deposit rates.
Yeah. That's good. It's not really worthwhile getting the interest now. I think having that liquidity is a lot more.
Oh, we
important.
need the liquidity.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Thanks for opening that up again.
No worries. We've got to try to encourage discussion amongst the officers and the elected members as much as we can.
That's good.
So is there any other commentary? No. Okay. All right. We need to close the meeting to the public now because we've got confidential matters.
I was just going to ask, Madam Chair, are there any other matters pertaining to that are on the agenda, excluding the...
No, they're all confidential.
All confidential, okay.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Karen.
Welcome to be back in.
And good luck with everything.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
We need to shut down the meeting online.
Yeah, just
Get all those people out of the